This is Abnormal Entertainment.
There is nothing like watching a movie on the big screen, and with MoviePass, you can see unlimited movies every month from Abnormal Entertainment. Head to abnormalentertainment.com and click on the MoviePass banner to get your first month free. And after that, it's only $30 a month to see unlimited movies, even on opening day. Go as many times as you want. Have a blast with MoviePass and abnormalentertainment.com.
Dance Revolution Extreme. Wait, no, Maskerpiece Theater. We're at the Grid, and that's all I hear is the Dance Revolution Extreme. Okay, it's back.
But it's Maskerpiece Theater Extreme.
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 Yeah. Left, right. Perfect. Combo.
Miss.
Ooh. Yeah, that's how I sound when I play Dance Revolution. Ooh. Okay. We'll play some Masked Libs to get everybody introduced. Mini Mandy, can I have a number, please?
69.
Of course.
Steve Silva, a verb ending in ing.
Fucking.
Oh, look at that. We don't even have to get the beer in, everybody. Kevin Moyers, noun.
Cock.
All right. I'm the Masked Blogster, but I'm not playing. Oh, here's a good one. Mini Mandy, a last name.
I don't want to say it, but it's just
Go
Trump.
For it.
Fuck that guy.
Actually, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
I don't mean literally.
You get that Russian peace smell on
Although,
you.
knowing him, it wouldn't be my choice, so...
Steve Silva, verb ending in ing.
Hating.
Hating?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hating.
Kevin, adverb.
Smelly. No, that's not right. That's an adjective.
That's an adjective.
Smellily.
Smellily.
Nice
I like
save.
that. Even better. Mini Mandy, an occupation.
OBGYN.
A gynecologist.
Steve, an occupation. Sorry, Steve Silva, in case anybody's confused.
You don't want to confuse people now.
Right, yeah.
With the other Steve.
Yeah.
Plumber.
Kevin, an adjective.
Shitty.
Mini Mandy, a number.
13.
Steve Silva, a place.
The Grid.
What?
We're at the Grid.
The Grid.
Grid. Kevin Moyers, plural noun.
Cunts.
Just for you, Frank. There's a theme going here. Mandy, a number.
3.
Sure.
Today's the 3rd.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Steve Silva, a noun.
Beer.
Kevin, a place.
Let's go with the White House.
Mini Mandy, plural noun.
Balls.
Not a plural
Steve
for all.
Steve Silva, a noun. Too much caffeine in me right now. Can't even speak.
Penis.
Kevin, an adjective.
Oh, Jesus.
What's a noun?
Delusional.
Proper noun.
Proper noun.
And Mini Mandy, a verb ending in ing.
Sucking.
I was trying so hard not to laugh at this the whole time because you're going to understand why. I mean, I didn't read it other than I could see a word right before some of the things. So Mad Libs, when I grow up,
God.
now that I've graduated from grade 69, I'm going to start fucking more often. After all, I'm practically a cock. Since I want to be just like Donald Trump when I grow up,
No.
I'd better start hating as smellily as possible. I think this summer I'm going to get a part-time job as an OBGYN or a plumber. That will teach me how to be shitty, and maybe I'll make $13. Then I could put all my money in the grid and collect cubs. When I retire at age 3, I'll be a beer. Maybe I'll even get to live on the beach in the White House, buy expensive balls, and drive a fancy penis. Wouldn't that be delusional? I better start sucking right away. But yeah, Donald is the printed name.
Oh, wow.
Trump just happened.
That is
for a
amazing.
last name. I was like,
That's amazing.
I hate myself right now.
That's amazing.
That
Mini
was
Mandy,
pretty good.
amazing.
Well done, everybody. We might as well just shut this shit down. We win.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
Show's
Mic drop.
over.
Show's over. So, since we're at the grid, the top 5 that I wanted to choose was, I just thought, why not Nintendo 64 games? We see all these really cool games. In fact, I'm looking at one over Mini Mandy's head. There's a game being played over there.
Star Fox.
In fact, yeah, which is actually number 5.
Nice.
Star Fox was number 5.
That's a good choice.
So,
That was
number-
a fun game.
Originally on 64, or
No,
was it?
it was
Super
on the
Nintendo?
Super Nintendo.
It was Super
Okay.
Nintendo
The
first,
original.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
It was the first Super Nintendo game to use the FX, quote unquote, FX engine
Yeah.
Okay.
on the Super Nintendo.
Right,
Yeah.
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 So yeah, Star Fox 64 was number 5. Number 4, Super Mario 64. One of my all-time favorite games.
I thought that would have been higher.
all the way across. It was on some people's list. It made almost everybody's list.
I
I
assume
forgot
so.
to turn in a list.
It made a
'cause
lot
I
of
suck.
lists.
As
but-
did I.
Yeah. Number 3, Mario Kart 64.
I'm surprised that's not higher on the
I thought
list.
that was going to be number 1. No, wait. I
No.
thought that was going to be number 2.
Oh yeah, we all know what number 1 is. Come on.
Yeah, I mean. Well, wait. No.
Well,
My 1,
maybe
2,
not.
and 3 are a little.
Yeah, it might be different. I mean, I kind of knew what would be number 1 just because I played video games at the time. But
I never had a 64.
Now I'm confused with my
so.
top 4 because I'm remembering games.
Yeah.
Oh, no. This is rough. I'm going to let you finish.
so, number 2, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina in Time.
Okay.
All right.
So, number 1,
Goldeneye.
this game. Yeah, this
GoldenEye,
game was
of
played
course.
everywhere I
Yeah.
went. It didn't make my list. I
Yeah.
sucked at it, so I didn't list
man.
it. But GoldenEye, I understand why it
I was
was.
bomb at
Yeah.
GoldenEye.
So-
My youngest brother had that game. That's a game I did play because my youngest brother had a 64, and I remember going in that first-person shooter mode, and you have the 4 windows going and stuff like that. That's the one 64 game I ever played. So
Yeah, it's good. I just wasn't good at it.
yeah,
I always got killed like right away, so I'm like, this game sucks. It really probably wasn't. It's me that sucks. But my number 1 didn't make anybody's list.
Was it WCW?
It was
Nitro?
actually WWE No Mercy.
Oh, man. I was.
WWF. Sorry, WWF No
yeah.
Mercy. The wrestling games on the 64 were the
They're
best
so
wrestling
good.
games ever.
Yes.
So good.
So I was surprised nobody else listed a wrestling game. I had like 3 of them in my freaking top 5.
Although my favorite was WCW versus NWO World Tour.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
that was
of,
the
not
first
Nitro.
one.
Yes, that was the first
That
one.
was the
what I
first one,
thinking
and it was great at the time. But then they kind of made it better
Yeah.
and made it a little bit smoother. There was even a Japanese version that
of. Yeah.
I ordered because I thought it was going to be awesome. But by the time I got to it, they'd already made the improvements on like WrestleMania and it was WrestleMania 2000 was what they
2000,
called it.
yeah.
But No Mercy was like a great way to go out. It was so good. I kept my 64 for the longest time just so I could keep on playing that game.
So did I.
Man, we'd throw it on Battle Royal mode and 30 guys.
Yeah.
So you
Yep.
knew to be 4 at a time. And then if somebody got thrown out, you came in as the next person.
Yeah,
randomly.
it was great.
It was awesome. It was a great game.
I think
all these games were fun. So
there was only 3 games that I wore out on my 64. There was No Mercy, and then I wore out GoldenEye, and then I wore out Lion King because I really liked to get to the part with the river.
okay.
It was so hard. But it was a lot of fun.
As much as I liked GoldenEye, I really enjoyed Perfect Dark,
Yeah.
which was basically a ripoff of GoldenEye.
Sure.
Yeah.
What I liked about it, though, was that, when I didn't have any friends, you could actually, it was the first-person shooter that allowed you to put bots into it, so you could still play multiplayer by yourself.
Oh, there
nice.
you go.
And you could battle up to 10 bots, and you can make them retard strong
Right.
or sissies, so you just run out and kill everybody.
Nice.
So I enjoyed that part
nice
of it.
practice, too. So when you did get a friend, you're like,
Yes.
oh, you want to play this on Nintendo 64? You're like, dude, I have an Xbox One. No?
Yeah, those
Whoops.
gaming firsts are kind of interesting because, like, my favorite wrestling game was SmackDown 2 Know Your Role. That was on
That was-
PS2
yeah, that
because
was
you
fun.
could create your own characters. So my friend and I sat there and we created ourselves, and they looked good too.
Yeah.
Looked like us, but then I had one character that I made with all the most absurd features, and I called him Captain Stupid after the Suicidal Tendencies song.
Nice.
But he was the hardcore champ. I mean, I kicked ass with this guy. So, but you could do your storylines and stuff like that. And I don't remember if that's the first create a player or if it was NFL Quarterbacks Club, because you could create a player there
Yeah.
too. It was
Well, you
in
could-
that same time
Yeah,
period.
you could with the other games, too, especially like No Mercy for the 64. It had a story mode, and you
Yeah.
could put your person in that story mode.
Yeah.
But did
Which
you
is-
have to pick an existing wrestler?
No.
No, you
Oh, you
could
could create
create
one?
You-
one.
you
Yeah.
know,
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah, no.
WrestleMania 2000 lets you create a character too, and they actually
Yeah.
had a Road to WrestleMania feature
Right.
that started you out at the end of WrestleMania, basically, and
And
where
build
you go
yourself
on
up.
for a whole year and gear yourself up. The only disappointing thing is if you were good enough at the game, you could actually win the World Championship before you got to WrestleMania.
Right.
Okay.
So it kind of killed the drama. It was kind of a letdown, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
And I do remember a baseball game. It was a robot baseball game. Want to say it was Super Nintendo, but all the players were robots. You could kind of create your team,
Yeah.
but you had very basic things you could do.
Sure.
And you could fight people if you go to steal a base and stuff like that. It was Rock'em Sock'em at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what the game was called. But I used to
I
play
know
that
what
all
you're
the time.
talking about. I can't remember what system I played it on.
I know
Yeah.
one of my friends had it.
Something
I
like
It
never
was
had
it was either Nintendo or Super Nintendo. I think it was Super, but I can't remember. So, but,
I wish
yeah.
I took better care of my GoldenEye and Zelda and see
Sort of
what
wish
that,
I hadn't sold it.
Yeah.
what that shit sells for right now is
Yeah.
fucking insane.
Yeah.
I saw one on Facebook Marketplace, had GoldenEye, both Zeldas, a wrestling game, Quest 64. I don't know if anybody remembers that one.
Oh, I had Quest 64.
It was like the first RPG on
Yeah.
Okay.
on Nintendo. $280,
Oh,
yeah, it's
yeah.
crazy.
and the system too.
I
but
couldn't imagine what I could get for it now. Maybe if I was trying to sell it on my own, I took it to a place that's going to resell it for a whole heck of a lot more than I was. But I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they can also afford to have it sit there and whatever. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a lot of games for it. I mean, I was making pretty good money at the time and not really paying a whole lot for rent or anything. So it was just like, buy these stupid video games. I had 4 controllers and
Oh yeah.
yeah, I had it
Oh,
all.
nice.
And I went with the 64. I'm like, oh man, I hate all the loading crap on the PlayStation. Then I played PlayStation. I'm like, all right, I get it, you guys. You win. You win. All right, bad on me. Other than a few games for the 64.
Yeah.
yeah,
That and there was another game that nobody else listed. There's one called Conker's Bad Fur Day.
oh yes, of course,
I never
Conkers.
played that.
Oh
Huh.
yeah, nobody's played that one. It's probably worth some money too. 'cause
I'm sure it
that's-
is.
And that one I just threw it in with the rest of the bundle on my 64 when I sold it. But it was like the first Nintendo game where they had swearing.
Nice.
Yeah, like it's just like drunk ass Conker. Was he a squirrel or
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
something like that? But
I kind of
and
remember.
he
something about
hated
it, yeah.
cats. And every time he died, I hate cats. They smell like shit and they piss everywhere. Like, oh, this is the best game I've ever played of my life.
I remember when I sold my Super Nintendo and my stack of games. I sold them to go to Denny's and pitch in for beer money.
Oh,
Right?
no.
Which,
Isn't that funny how we do that kind of stuff? when
looking
we're-
back on it now, I'm like, bad mistakes. Probably had a good time that night, but
I still have my Nintendo, like my original NES system.
Does
And
it
I
work?
have, yeah.
wow.
But you have to get a tube TV. It does not work on flat screen.
Yeah.
You know what? That's actually one of the biggest
Yeah.
reasons why I sold the Nintendo 64. It doesn't work on a tube. Or,
Yeah.
'cause
Which
that's
makes
what's
me,
playing here. They got it on a tube TV.
Yeah.
Is it
here.
distorted? Is that the thing?
It,
Yeah,
it distorts and then it skips and it auto resets the game.
Oh,
usually
really?
because it can't keep up with the speed of the TV.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't. That didn't happen to me on the 64. But
Weird that it would
it's-
auto reset the game.
Well, like it would hesitate and the game like wouldn't know what to do,
oh, okay.
and so it kind of
Huh.
just like stopped,
huh.
yeah,
and then you'd have to like restart.
yeah, everything is like all blurry and
Yeah.
big squares everywhere on my flat screen.
It's weird. It'll work for a little bit,
That's really strange.
and then all of a sudden it'll just stop.
Well, Goodwill has them for about $15. So
That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
TV.
I've seen big TVs, tube TVs at Goodwill for $1.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
nobody's buying that.
Especially
shit.
those half off Saturdays. Whoop, whoop.
Get a big
My parents got a 62-inch
36
TV
inch
for
for
$12.
50 cents. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah,
It's
Pretty
crazy. One of those
fantastic.
Mitsubishi tube TVs.
yeah,
I was like, well,
All right.
win some, you lose some. You won
Sure.
this one.
yeah.
I think me and Masked Blogster know how terrible big screen TVs can be.
Oh yeah,
And all
we've moved a lot of them on our
Yes.
with many years together.
Hey, my
There's a lot
family's
of 'em.
redneck. They'll move a non-working TV so they have something to put their working TV on top of.
Yep.
Well,
Please.
why buy a TV stand when you have a TV to put on top of the TV?
Right.
And the TV that it was on top of had wheels, so you could just roll this really old fucking
Yeah.
TV from like the 70s.
I do remember those old TVs that would sit on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was a whole
Big old
cabinet.
wood
Yeah.
cabinet.
Yeah.
The speakers were
And it
underneath.
was one piece.
Yep.
Yep.
So
That's what our entertainment center, quote unquote,
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
for a good 6 years.
Well, then for the longest time, you'd get the entertainment center where it was like, particle board, and it was this big, huge thing. You put your TV in this square, and then your DVDs or CDs go in this square over here.
Yeah.
And this,
with that preset divider.
those shitty magnetic cabinets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, awful stuff. I
Yeah.
had one of those. It's like, look, there's a shelf on top. You can put your books that you
Here was
never
my
read.
life. My parents are really bad at putting furniture together. I think I started putting their furniture together when I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
So anything from the age of 5 to like 26, I've put all of their furniture together.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how smart it is for them to put TVs on top of something that a 6-year-old assembled, but
Yeah.
a TV never fell. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
Never
yeah, those
felt.
particle board
Yeah.
entertainment centers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There may have been pieces I didn't know where they went, so I just threw them away without telling my parents.
Well, at least you never had to bother with Legos.
I still did that.
Well, fair.
okay.
That's
Fair.
usually why. That's how they got to the point where they're like, "Hey, put this together. It's just
Yeah.
bigger Legos."
Yeah, you got that figured out. You can knock this out.
It's also how I learned the difference between like Phillips and flathead and
Yeah.
different tools. I'm like,
Yeah.
Dad, I don't know what this is. He's like, that's this. I'm like, oh, thanks.
cool. Can't wait till I can read and do this myself.
Right.
No, right? Like, what's this word? Turn.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
it comes in handy with like IKEA stuff where you have
Yeah.
to put your couch together.
Yeah.
You don't
Oh,
need to
man.
read for that. It's all pictures.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
there's a
true.
little
True.
bubble
Super
man.
easy.
Yep.
Everyone who complains about IKEA furniture, grow up. It's not that hard to put together.
Yeah. It's in Swedish.
It's all
It's
pictures.
just time consuming. More.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just a firm believer. If I'm spending money on it, I don't want to put it together. There's got to be some guy in the back.
I don't want to pay them to put it together. Why
Yeah.
pay them when I can do it?
Yeah.
I paid for these condoms. Put them on me.
Is that what you tell
The
your
guy
dates?
from CVS is like, all right, rolling it down.
All right.
That's not in my job
Well,
description.
Do you need me to
put
fluff
the
it up
wrong
for
side
you,
down
or-
first. I need to get a new one. It's contaminated.
Yeah.
This is the wrong color. I'm sorry, I'm getting into work. I gotta stop right now. Because that does come up a lot. It's the wrong color.
It's cold outside. You're gonna be good. I mean, I'll put it on now, but you get outside.
You're taking too long. You're gonna have to fluff it.
Not sure if you're going to make it to your destination with everything intact.
Yeah. Not turned on by elderly pharmacists most of the time, but it's gonna have to work.
That's an interesting thought process, though. Like, we buy stuff, we get it assembled, But it's normal for that kind of stuff. But something like condoms, you not expect them to put it on you, you know, or
I'm a pharmacy technician. I'm like really not liking this idea.
suppositories, enemas. Yeah, I mean, just all manner of terrible things that you probably couldn't get anybody at a pharmacy to do for you.
Yeah.
No, they direct you to the nurses that assist with these sort of things.
Oh.
That's their profession. They assist with these sort of things.
I saw Road Trip. I know what happens.
Right? Better make it 3.
Yeah, exactly. When you're seeing that movie with somebody you're currently being intimate with, and you kind of look at each other at that moment, you know, it can open some things up.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. Anyway, I've said too much.
Yeah.
Or not enough. Keep going.
Not enough.
You
Ladies,
piqued my
I have
interest.
to use 3.
He's single, ladies, so if you want to shove a finger
I'm
or
staying
two in
that
him,
way.
Oh, it's
he's open to it.
No,
So he's open for business.
I'm closed for business right now.
He says
Right.
that now,
Yeah.
but we know.
Gets
it's-
another beer or two.
it's-
Next episode, he's going to be open to it, ladies.
Hey,
So.
where's that one chick from a few episodes
We-
ago?
Artemis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to see her again.
I hope
Ever
not.
since that one, there was pretty rough form one night, and I think that was it.
that was the
I'm
end
still
for her, huh?
convinced either they had sex and or did meth.
Or both.
I'm saying that's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
and or.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a little crazy,
Yeah,
but no. No.
Dance Dance Revolution
Yeah.
Extreme is back.
yeah.
And
Extreme.
there's lighting.
All right, Dance Dance Revolution. I'll change the subject. Fine, we won't talk about Artemis anymore.
Yeah, no Artemis for
No
me,
Artemis.
thanks.
So, Dave Hayes, who's a friend of the show, been on many a time, posted something on Facebook recently. It's a picture, 2-sided. It's basically text,
Yeah.
little white cartoon
Okay.
type.
I need to remember to put that as the image for this
Caucasian,
episode,
but
too.
white.
Yeah.
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 But on one side in green it says thriving artist, and on the other side in red it says starving artist. So things like a thriving artist will read every day, a starving artist will watch TV every day, thriving artist will compliment, a starving artist will criticize, thriving artist will embrace change, starving artist will fear change, and so on and so forth, all the way down to set goals and develop life plans so that never set goals.
Yeah.
This is basically interchangeable with success and
Yeah.
not as successful.
Yeah.
So, that being said,
Well, the intent.
there are 101 comments on this mother
Yeah,
effer.
this is insane.
It is ridiculous. Like, it's just, it works for Dave.
Yeah.
And it works for most people, except for the people that are clearly in the red
Yeah.
and are mad that it doesn't work for them and say that your way doesn't work because they've tried it. There was one guy who is no longer on there, but I'm just reading it. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
whoa.
The guy said that, well, maybe you're just not talented.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you're just not good enough. Or
Yeah.
maybe we should look into something else.
Yeah.
And
Is that the one that Dave was like, "What kind of asshole are you?"
No, I think it
No.
was further down. It was
That's-
later.
Oh,
yeah, it was
okay.
way later than that.
Because that was the only one I saw, and then I stopped.
Oh no, there's a lot of people that were like
Okay,
this
I'm just
person,
gonna
but I
start
mean, this
going
guy
through
was
it.
like really going after it
Well-
and like saying all these terrible things. And then I went onto his profile because I'm like, I don't even know this guy.
Yeah.
And I know you,
I
Kevin,
don't know.
you told him you're like, maybe you're just
What
not
you're
talented.
doing isn't. I didn't say it that way. I
No,
said
no,
maybe
you said
what
it.
you're doing or what you've done isn't good. And I've done stuff that isn't good. We've all done things.
Yeah, I've done a lot of
Creative
stuff.
people do things that are bad.
It's from Wednesday.
Yeah, it's. But I said maybe what you're doing isn't good. Try something else.
Right. And it wasn't that much. It wasn't really insulting, but it was a shot.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, maybe. And then I went on to the guy's his Facebook profile. I'm like, well, I want to see his artwork.
Yeah.
Let's see. It took me a while to find his.
Oh, okay. You did eventually.
I did eventually. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. I'm not throwing stones here because
Yeah.
what I want to do is get into all the other stuff where he's got other people's artwork.
Uh huh.
He's got one like, I hate this style of artwork.
Yeah.
I hate Todd Knox' style of artwork. This is Todd Knox work and this and that. I'm like, Todd Knox is the nicest goddamn guy you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
He's a super nice guy. Maybe you don't like his art style as much. It's kind of cartoony and a little bit.
Sure.
He used to do Young Justice, and he does Nightcrawler, and he's very good at. I think he's a very good artist personally.
Yeah.
But he's in the green though.
Right.
He shares what he does. He compliments others, and the nicest freaking guy you'll ever meet at a Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Talk to him every time. He doesn't know me. I just make sure and I just stop by his booth because it puts me in a good mood.
Yeah.
Fair.
I mean, I bought his artwork. I mean, like, he's just a nice guy, and if you're in a bad mood after talking to Todd Knock, that's on you.
Right.
And that's another one. Just criticizing others. Like,
Yeah.
what do you care what Todd Knock is doing?
Exactly.
What do you care? Do your thing.
That's always been an issue for me, especially when it comes to the creative process for anybody.
Right.
Yes, you are opening yourself for judgment. Yes, you're opening yourself for criticism. But it doesn't mean that you have to be judged. It doesn't mean you have to be criticized. It doesn't mean you have to do the same thing to others.
Yeah.
Everybody's. I mean, there's art on the wall right here by what we're doing, and I don't like all of it, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, your stuff sucks
Yeah,
because
I'm not going to look for this person just to trash it.
I mean that's your stuff. I mean that's what
yeah.
came out of your brain and into your hand.
They had
and
the guts to put it up there.
more power to you.
Yeah.
I say all this, but then I talk crap about Michael Bay films. But that's justified. No, but
Liefeld.
and I have talked crap about Liefeld, but mostly in fun.
Yeah.
I've attended the guy's panel. He's goddamn fun to listen to.
Yeah.
He's super fun to listen to, and anybody that bought comics in the '90s, you bought some of his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you owned something from him. We all watched Deadpool and we all loved it.
Mm-hmm.
That's his.
Yeah.
I mean, so I do give some people a hard time, but it's not enough to where I'm going to post and just shit on Dave Hayes
Yeah, it's not
for
vitriol.
saying something. Yeah,
Yeah.
like all this hateful vitriol. Like, oh my, chill out, man. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
And to your point, yeah, maybe you're just not good at what you're doing.
For the most
Do a different project.
Yeah.
Right.
for
do
the most
something
point,
different.
this is very accurate. Like,
Yeah.
It's just life.
yeah,
The reading, watching TV thing, I mean, that's dumb. I mean,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. But
So the watching TV for that, I think that's for the person that just sits there and channel flips.
yeah.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not.
But I mean, reading a book isn't going to make you more. Yeah, that's
Right.
That's just silly. But the rest of it, there's stuff you can take from it. I mean, that's the only one out of that whole thing. That
Out of
I
that
go,
whole
yeah,
thing,
whatever.
right.
But I don't read a book every day. But I'm at the most creative point I've been in my life right now.
Yeah.
And and I probably watch TV almost every day. I don't watch it every day, but almost every day.
Yeah.
But you can, if you're watching the right stuff, paying attention to the right things about what they're doing.
Exactly.
Like, okay, they took this on the, like I watched Big Mouth, the thing with Nick Kroll, and his Nick Kroll and his best friend wrote about, what they felt like going through puberty and stuff.
Sure.
And Mulaney voiced the part of his best friend, but John Mulaney. But it was a great show, and it took personal things and how they felt and how they presented it, and you could learn from that.
Right.
So just staring at a TV and watching garbage all day. If you're sitting
Yeah.
there through a marathon of 2.5 Men or something, like I get where you're not
or any reality
learning-
TV.
yeah,
I get
reality
it.
TV or that kind of shit. Or I get that part of it, but I mean there are garbage books too. You can sit there and read romance novels all damn day.
Right. So
not
yeah,
learn
that's not
anything.
helping you any either.
Yeah,
Reading Danielle Steele is not going to make you all that much
or the
better.
unfinished,
Right.
the
Or the
finishing.
unfinished. Which I do have a copy of the unfinished here.
Yeah. I'm waiting for part 2, the finishing, coming this year, 2018.
So yeah,
Right.
I say don't talk crap about people. Then we pull out the unfinished by
But
this guy.
okay,
Hey,
but we're not talking crap about his content
Right.
or his creativity, but his care in how he presents it.
right.
So this book, so many misspellings on the back of it, and this was a book Mrs. Blogster got in a review box, and the cover looks great. I will say that the cover really
Yeah.
does look great, and the unfinished. I mean, it's a good title. It's simple, but when you read the back cover, There are spelling errors, punctuation errors. You're not putting care into what you're doing.
Right.
And this guy will be a starving artist because he doesn't care enough about what he's doing. The book I'm finishing up with my daughter right now. We've gone through it, she and I together, over and over again. I've given it to people to read.
Support the Kickstarter.
Yes, there's a Kickstarter. You can go to bunny17media.com. It's right on the top of it. And it ends on the 18th. So go there, and you get a pre-order of the book if you do it. But we've gone through it over and over and over again. Taken suggestions, had kids read it, and get things from them. And go, okay, that's missing. The physical description of the main character is not in there. Like, oh, shit, why did I not do that?
It's important.
Drew a picture of it.
Right, and it's just like, not the jackalope, but the girl. There's no physical description. Like, oh, my God, okay, I need to fix that.
You're hanging out with her the whole time.
Right. So things like that. And you need to do that. This guy just wrote something, probably, maybe, possibly, did the spell check, definitely not on the back cover.
Yeah.
Maybe did the spell check on Word, which doesn't catch everything. It's
doesn't catch your grammatical errors.
Right, because you can say,
there, and there.
Seat, but you meant meat. You know what I mean? And you're not going to catch that with spell check. So you need to go through. You need to read your shit, have somebody else read your shit, make sure it's good before you just shit it out there, and that's part of it. So
well, that's an unfortunate walk of life we see now. Anyways, people, I feel like I'm not that old. I'm 34. I'm not super old, but I still remember a time when people took pride in their work.
I remember 34.
And but apologies to the old man.
6 whole years.
He's so much older than me.
But no, it's like, I don't know, like members of my family have always instilled this thought process into me that whether you're shoveling elephant shit or a surgeon, put 120% into what you do.
Right.
Yeah. Because it's what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're writing a book or drawing a comic or writing music or whatever. Put all your effort into it, and if you're going to put it out there, do it right.
Yeah.
If you half-ass it, you're going to get half-ass results.
Well, and specifically when this dude's name is on the front cover.
Yeah.
His picture is on the back cover. And I want somebody looking at my face, and he looks like he's taking a shit in the picture, by the way. It looks like somebody took a crappy photo on a cell phone in front of a house with shitty aluminum siding on the... not even aluminum, like that wood paneling that looks like aluminum siding but is worse. It's just like, it's in the middle of a street. Take a good picture.
Now pay attention, everybody, because this is how you properly criticize somebody right here.
You're poorly representing yourself. It's horrible. Like, don't do that.
If you're going to do something that you want to put
fucking
out there...
name is on it.
If you're going to put stuff out there for people to actually respond to and criticize and judge, don't half-ass it. Just go all in on it. Fucking put your effort into it and make something. Well, otherwise, just don't. You can do stuff, but don't put it out there for other people to see, because you're going to get upset when people give you comments and feedback.
Yeah, get the shitty criticism from just people that like to hate.
Yeah,
not from people that are saying, "Dude, you spelled that wrong."
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Yeah,
you spelled it wrong.
But that's the kind of criticism. Oh, I need to fix that.
That's a healthy criticism. Like, oh man, thank you for bringing that to my attention. Let me get that fixed.
Yeah,
I'd hate to print up, however many unfinishes printed.
I don't know if that's Create Space or whatever, but I mean, still, like, fix the cover. The front cover looks amazing.
It's a really good looking front cover.
Is plain
it looks
black
good.
with text, which is fine. And a picture that looks like, like your grandmother took it in 1986.
Let me take a look. Let's see that.
It's bad. It really just hurts it. Because that's what people are going to look at.
Try to read the back without having
They're going to read the back and then figure it out.
All I'm saying is, like, if you want to do a decent picture, like, you could do that at home. Do it in a room with a plain wall.
Yeah.
Or outside next to a tree or a bush where there's not your home visible for the photo. Like,
right, and when you're putting up...
Poor man's photography, come on.
An intentionally bad picture, you have to show that intent is there. And
Right.
not on a serious book like this, which by the front cover looks, and I read the back, some kind of a mystery thing.
Yeah.
So, if it's like Steve Martin had the balloons and the rubber nose and glasses as his headshot for so many years.
Right.
But that was on the cover of Let's Get Small, his first album. But
I love how unfinished is capitalized to kind of put it out there. That's the name of the book.
That's actually a common thing I've seen on books, so that's not weird for him to do that.
Okay.
But the punctuation and
there's a lot
and
of
stuff
punctuation
Like
there.
that.
Oh, definitely.
Spelling
It's
errors
just-
are bad.
Yeah, I mean,
Incoherent sentences. If I see incoherent sentences on the back, I know the inside's going to be a
Oh,
mess.
it's gold inside.
So
I really.
I popped it open to just a random chapter. I'm like, all right, done. Let's go back to drinking.
It's
Man. Or get to drinking because I need it now.
I don't even like the way it's printed. I'm sorry, I just don't. I mean, it's like, first off, we're gonna bring out
the margins are crazy,
I know,
aren't
it's
they?
like a 2-inch margin.
You're gonna bring out and I'm by far the least amount of tree hugging hippie person in the world, but that right there is a waste of a lot of fucking paper.
I feel like
I mean,
Dude,
seriously,
it's crazy.
at
I
this
mean,
point,
seriously?
this book could probably be like half the pages.
Oh,
It's
of
a
course.
6x9 book, and it's
There's only
set up
print
like
on,
a 4x6.
5 of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
So
Okay, here I am criticizing people when I talk about not criticizing people,
I know.
but
It's funny. I start off like, don't talk crap about people.
but
this
if you
sucks.
put that out though,
But
Also,
this is
this
different.
font
constructive,
is like
though.
yeah.
16 or
yeah,
18.
no, it's smaller than that. It's way small font.
Yeah.
But this
That's
is
not small
constructive
font.
stuff.
This is
like
constructive stuff. Yeah,
things that
I'm not
like,
just
could
saying
have
it
been done
because
better. We're not shitting
I
on
don't.
the
I don't know the guy.
content.
Is this his
I don't know
first
him.
book? Do we know?
So.
It's self-published.
Self-published is his first.
Yeah, first self-published book.
Maybe he just didn't do a lot of research into the
Really good
process.
cover.
Yeah,
He
The
probably
cover
didn't.
looks great.
yeah.
I'm sure he didn't do a lot of
mean,
research into it, and that. But hopefully, he's open to
Yeah.
hearing this kind of thing. And
I remember years ago when you and I were discussing making a movie.
right,
And then I came back to you like a month later and said, hey, what happened to that? And you're like, yeah, I did my research, way more involved than I'm prepared to do.
right,
And I thought that was awesome because instead of going into it head first and just saying, fuck it,
Yeah.
you looked into it and you're like, okay, that's more than I have time to
Yeah.
undertake.
Yeah.
yeah,
and I'm done.
Way too much time, and then I got on some movie sets, and I'm like, I can't do this
Nope.
justice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like
At
even
the time,
Yeah.
I was not prepared to do it.
well, like even in the kids' book, we use actual locations around the world. So I research those locations so that I'm representing them properly. So and they're in 3 places I've never been, and so I needed photos, I needed history, I needed to understand where this is compared to this and this and that, to know what I'm doing without sounding like a moron. If somebody from that city or that place reads this, I want them to think, okay, they did it
They've
justice.
been here.
Yeah.
They understand it. You know?
They did it justice. That's it. So, just that, and it takes little effort. You have the internet at your fingertips.
That's right.
Yeah, we have all this
look
stuff
it
at our
up.
fingertips.
Yeah, like
Imagine what it must have been for like writers 30 years ago when they actually had to open books and research and
Yeah.
take notes.
and it's so easy now.
and now it's just,
It's just like, how hard is it to look and find out when Kim Jong-un actually took power? It wasn't 25 years ago. It was only 6.
Yeah.
Dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Before you
I
tweet
swear-
about it,
I swear
use
I've-
your fucking phone that you're tweeting on to Google this shit. You
Yeah.
stupid old fuck who shouldn't be allowed to fucking tweet.
Yeah, that's that.
Notice
was,
he doesn't have 280 characters. I do. Smart person, dumb person. That's the difference.
I'm a dumb person. I only have.
jag
I
off.
have the
I'm
regular-
still not there yet, but
Me neither.
but that's okay. I don't
I'm
have
the
that much
smartest
to say.
one here. God damn it! Because I
Over
researched.
30,000 tweets, but that's not enough to get
Yeah.
280 characters.
I didn't even know you could get more characters by tweeting more.
They just released that, which I loved
I'll
how
do that.
much people were upset that it wasn't, the update wasn't to edit tweets. It was just some people
That's coming,
got
though.
more.
That's coming. They're testing
Well,
that out.
it
Yeah.
needs to.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, because you get those, like, you make a typo, and you fuck, and then you have to
Ah,
delete it.
Kafefi.
Copy it, delete it, start over. Yeah.
delete and start over. It's not worth it. I'll just leave the error in the tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there, done that.
I feel like I'm a lot
Okay.
more careful with my Twitter posts because I can't fix them
Right?
Yeah.
than I am with my Facebook posts. And
'Cause
like,
you can go back and edit
but
them. And
the worst part is though, I don't go back and edit my Facebook posts. I start looking through them and I'm like, the fuck was I doing? And then I read what the post is, and it's like, oh, I was drunk. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
You can
edit
type
stuff.
in cursive.
I wouldn't.
Yes.
Well, it sucks because a lot of the tweets that I want to fix, it's because I posted them from Instagram, and I noticed it wrong on Instagram, and I
Yeah.
can fix it on Instagram and Facebook, but I can't fix it on
Can you
Twitter.
fix it on Instagram?
Yes. You
Oh,
can
yeah, that's
edit
right. You
posts.
can edit.
So
Because
I'm
I've
like,
edited
damn it.
tag people and stuff like that, yeah.
So then I have to go through the process of deleting the tweet, then go back to Instagram where I fixed it, and then reshare it to Twitter, and I'm like, nah, it's not worth it.
Never mind.
Well, here's a weird
It can
thing.
stay bad.
Because I've gotten more into Twitter lately.
I love Twitter.
And I used to have it set because I never went on there, where my Facebook would post on my Twitter. And once I started using Twitter, I'd type it into Twitter to make sure it was under 140. Then I'd go post it on Facebook knowing it would shoot over. But
It's a lot of work.
well, now that it's 280, when I post stuff on Facebook, it'll only move 140 over.
Oh,
So
really?
now I have to switch it so that my Twitter posts to my Facebook, and then it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
You should know that I got my Twitter back.
Oh, I know.
Because I felt like you guilt tripped me. I really did. I felt like it felt like it was my duty at that point
It
to
was.
get my
Hey,
Twitter
Silva,
back.
I
It
want
was
to
time.
say, welcome back to society, man.
Yeah.
You
I
got
took up the
Twitter.
collection outside the Sprint store. For only 10 cents a day. You can help with Steve Silva.
Get his Twitter back.
To get his Twitter back.
We're
He can
accepting
tweet
free
just like
food.
our president.
Right?
Sorry.
Right?
So a
Except
server
a
walked
bit more
by with
coherent.
food, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
I'll take that if it's
something
on somebody else's credit card. Sure, why not?
Right. I know I'm like looking at the menu, and I'm like, I don't want to pay that much, but I'm hungry.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So I have to bring something up that is kind of stupid, but
Okay.
funny to me. So I got these new wireless headphones.
Oh,
Okay.
I love wireless headphones.
And now I used to make fun of people walking around with their neckband,
I have
very
some of those
douchey
too.
looking
Yeah, I look
wireless
like a
they
headphones.
change your
I-
life.
I look like a freaking tool, but
I got these Friday, and my life has changed.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, just
they're great.
I think I'm only taking them off to sleep and shower.
I got a pair.
Literally.
Yeah, I got
And
a
you
pair
charge
because I
them
traded in
while
our
you're doing those things.
Yes,
So they
phone.
get
yes.
charged.
Yeah.
traded in my broken phones when I got a new phone and used the credit because I'm like, oh, you have to use it here. All right, give me your stupid looking headphones. Then.
Yeah. I have two jobs. One that they work great for because I can ignore my employees
Right.
and listen to music.
Yeah.
And the other one works great for because I can ignore the phone and listen to music. So
Yeah.
And I broke about 4 pairs of headphones at my night job.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I spent the same amount on what I paid for these.
Right.
So I just fuck it. I'm gonna get some of these and yeah. So life changing, shameless plug for headless wireless headphones.
Yeah.
Bluetooth,
They're
man.
just the stupid ones that hug your neck and
Yeah.
Well, see,
they're
here's-
dumb looking, but my whole family we all have them and we're like, yeah, we look like fucking tools. But
Yep.
See, I don't have them all the time. I only use them at work, or occasionally when I walk the dog. But the first one, I've been using them like 6 or 7 years because I get in and out of the mail truck, and then the cord pulls, and they're popping
so-
out
Yep.
of my ears.
Yeah.
Shit like
First
that.
world problems are the
But
fucking worst.
The first
Yep.
ones I got were
Right.
Motorola, and they look like old Walkman headphones in a way.
Nice.
But wrapped behind your head, so it's like hard
Yeah.
plastic, and they hook over your ears. So I know I look like a fucking idiot, but I did not care because once I bought them, I'm like, oh my god, this is
like,
the
oh, I
greatest
can
things
listen to
ever.
Masked Blogster all day like this.
Yes.
See, I was like adamant, like I don't need to pay this much for headphones. And then I won in a raffle the first year that the Beats Solos came out
Yeah.
that were
Sure.
Bluetooth. And I was like, fine, I won them. I didn't have to pay $300. Fine, I'll enjoy them. And I haven't gone back.
I don't think I'll ever go back.
Corded
No.
headphones.
Yeah.
I forgot my headphones one day at work. One day.
Yeah.
It'll never happen again. I forgot them one day and I had to use corded headphones. And I was like, this legit is the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the worst first world problem I've ever had in my life.
And yeah, it's definitely it's brought a new light on so many things for me because I'm like, I started thinking about stuff that I used to do with my headphones and how much I hated it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And now it's extra handy for me because my truck is old. My vehicle SUV crossover thing. It doesn't have an aux cable. It doesn't have Bluetooth.
That's
no.
the worst.
And I hate local radio.
Oh,
So now
yeah.
I drive around and it's like I'd have the power cable and I'd have the headphone cable
Right.
and then my seat belt. and then my lanyard for work, and just like the worst amount of...
Inevitably, you're going to forget something.
Yep.
Yeah.
As you're getting out, you're like, seatbelt, and then you get out,
everything
God,
fucking
my
breaks,
phone's
the
on the
phone hits
ground
the ground, yeah.
Yep.
So,
because I've got a stupid wire hanging from it that's
Exactly.
stuck to my ears.
and
So now I got a bloody ear, and my phone's busted.
It's the worst.
and I used to be the biggest, like, in the world, just fuck you and your first world problems person.
Right.
And now I don't give a shit.
Yeah. No.
I don't give a
You
shit.
shouldn't.
I'm telling you, take one day where you have to, and you guys
I can't.
don't-
I refuse.
You guys don't have this problem, but the bathroom is the worst because I actually have to pull my pants down.
I have taken a shit while listening to headphones. So I know that problem.
It's the worst.
He's gonna lean down like this.
I'm like, oh my god, no.
We don't
damn it.
stand up and shit too. We only do that for peeing.
If only.
If only we could.
I like that's
Like a
every
duck,
time.
you can just aim it wherever you want.
And then at work, you have like the
Pull down the back of our
computer
pants
chairs
and
Yep, and it gets caught on the armrest.
God damn,
I have
it's the
enough. Okay,
worst.
I have
Like,
enough problem with that
Kingpin.
with my regular work, like headphones.
Yes.
Because I have to. 90% of my job is listening to idiots do their job,
Yeah,
Sure.
me too. Me too.
and I will blatantly say idiots. I hope some of you listen to this and hear it because I don't give a shit. But yeah, I have to listen to idiots do their jobs, and I don't know how many times I've gone to stand up, and I've broken their shitty headphones.
Right.
The IT guy hates me because I go see him at
yeah.
least 3 times a month with
Yeah.
broken Plantronics USB headsets.
Yeah,
Dangling them.
That's the call center special.
Yep.
Like, yeah,
Hey, Mark, guess what I did again? How many more do I have to break before you'll get me wireless?
right.
I asked. I put the request in, and they're like, no.
Yeah, that's... Well, if we get you a wireless, we have to get everybody wireless. I don't give a fuck about anybody else.
Right.
Fuck about me.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we do it for one person.
Yeah.
That's
And-
a bullshit excuse.
and
Then
I-
do it for everybody, because then it's better.
Right.
And I'd buy my own.
That.
I would totally buy my own. I have no problem doing that. I would buy my own. Except, I've already had 2 phone chargers stolen. And guess what they told me? Well, we're not responsible for your personal items in the office.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, fuck
Yeah,
you. I'm
that's
not
what my
buying my
work
own
says.
then.
right.
I'm one of the few people that has a desk key. Victories. Little victories
Yeah.
at work.
But then we have to get everybody a desk key.
Yeah.
If we make your work environment positive and better and a good place for you to come
No, I
to
get
every
that.
day,
I
then we
get
have
that.
to make everybody's work
I
environment
get it
better.
because I have people's personal information on my desk.
Yep.
I have to lock it,
Yeah.
so I just keep my expensive stuff in that same
Yep.
drawer.
I have this same thing. I'm a member of the management team, so I have to have
HIPAA
all
laws
of
working in my
I have
favor.
all of people's write-ups and all this dumb shit that nobody else cares about, so I have to lock my desk. But the one time that I didn't put my cell phone, well, the 2 times that I forgot to put my cell phone charger away, gone.
Yeah.
Both
Terrible.
times. It is, and I get it. Consuela, her son needed a new phone charger.
Yeah.
I'm Mexican, I can say it. Damn it, Consuela, her son needed a new phone charger. Good for her. I'm glad he got it.
Yeah.
Did she have legs?
I will say this: I don't have that problem. This is how bad it is sometimes because I'll plug my headphones in to recharge. I'll leave them there overnight, and they're there when I get there in the morning. Well, I don't have to worry about that. We're not.
Yeah, I don't really
we're
worry about that
very-
too much. I don't know. I'm in a new area at my work,
Yeah.
so I don't now. But in my old
makes
area, I'm
sense.
like,
Yeah.
didn't matter. But
There's
they
a
put
I don't worry about
camera
it either.
right next to my desk. Nobody touches my desk. It's great.
Well, that's
Great.
part of the issue too. We have cameras, and
doesn't stop anybody.
Our
Yeah.
facilities guys is like, half of them don't work. Like
Sure.
it's mostly the cameras by the doors that we're worried about.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, not worried
All
about my
right.
janky shit getting stolen. But hey, anyways, I kind of meant to go off on a tangent there.
No,
but
no.
Anyway,
We
get,
like tangents.
Get Bluetooth headphones.
yes,
Change your
dude,
life.
they will change your
I think
life.
mine costs $15, and I have to charge them every other day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now-
I got mine on. I
Mine
got
costs a
mine on
fucking
Prime.
lot.
I got
because
mine on
got them at
Prime
the-
Day, and they were $20, and they worked
Mine were
great.
not.
So mine retail were $120, eBay $30.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll
I'm not going
eventually.
to say how much mine were there.
Yeah.
I'll eventually get better ones
Yeah,
because
there are high-end
But they were
ones
free
that-
for me
Yeah.
because
That's
I
true.
just traded a phone,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, I have to use this shit no matter what. So
Yeah.
I will
give
say
me the
this.
fucking good ones then,
I
Yep.
really,
not the Beats.
I really
That's
did. I
way
really
too
liked.
much.
I really liked my Beats.
Oh, I wanted
They
them.
really do sound great, like they do.
Yeah.
But the solos, about 9 months in, if you're wearing them every day, like stuff like the ear cushion starts to separate.
Oh yeah, you had the
yeah.
over the ear ones though.
Yeah.
Anything with any soft element to it, it's
yeah,
gonna fall apart.
it just
Yep.
starts to fall apart, and
Yeah.
that sucks. The
Yeah.
in-ear ones, they're good, but I started
The
getting,
Beats ones are like so big and they like wrap
Yeah.
around your ear and all that shit. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't
Yeah.
want all that.
Nope.
Give me the douchey one that hangs around my neck that I can pull the little earbuds up.
I've heard for
Give
the
me that
most
one.
part, there's not enough of a difference to pay that much.
Yeah,
of a
to pay
price
the extra
difference.
$100 and
Yeah.
something dollars
Yeah.
that
Well,
it
it's
would have
just like-
cost to get them. Yeah.
Only if you're listening to like specific music.
I guess, but it's like,
It's because there's actual bass in them.
well, when I got my
Yeah, they have more bass. That's
They
what
have
I'm-
actual bass.
Which
when
is
I
what I want.
when I got my S8, Sprint had a thing where you get Tidal for 6 months for free. I'm like, that's fine, whatever. I'll just end my Spotify temporarily and then listen to Tidal, and it's fine. It's just as good as Spotify, but it's like I have it on Hi-Fi because I have unlimited data, so whatever. I don't notice a difference at all. So this whole like you're paying for extra whatever, I don't know, and it was lagging today. I assume because all these people wanted to prove they were huge fans of a guy they haven't listened to since high school, and you know.
Hey, don't diss on Tom Petty, all
I'm not
right?
dissing Tom Petty. I'm dissing the rush of huge fans that comes up every time somebody dies.
Yeah.
You know.
This is
I was listening to Tom Petty like a week ago, and that made me really
Sure.
sad.
I do like
but there are the
them,
people
but I'm
like,
not going to
oh,
say.
I'm such a huge fan. When I
Yeah.
was 17, I haven't
Yeah.
listened to him since 1996, but I
Yeah.
have to today because he
Yeah.
died.
well.
Hey,
it-
he was in that one Super Bowl, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That really annoyed me after Chester Bennington from Linkin Park
Oh,
died.
man, how much Linkin Park was on?
Suddenly, Linkin Park was on every other song,
Yeah.
and it was the same damn song.
Same one.
And the problem
Yeah.
is they're terrible.
They are nuts.
They haven't made a good album since their first one, and even that one
or
was.
even
I like
including
their
that
latest
one.
one. I like their latest one, and I like Meteora,
they're
and
okay.
I liked their first.
don't
No,
know.
I'm sorry.
I've
I'm
never-
a little different here, but
Listen,
that was
one
like
thing, I don't know why. It
That's
doesn't
my
seem to matter
area.
how hard I try. I just don't like Linkin Park.
it was
Fucking
my,
Moyers, I
that
swear to
was-
God.
That was like my time, though. Like
Yeah.
that was.
Yeah, I
ninth
think we're in
grade
that.
for me.
We're in like the same age bracket, so I
Yeah.
think that kind of makes.
That was junior high and high school for me, and that
Now
was
we're
like
even.
Yeah.
Listen,
That,
I
like-
remember when they started hitting sticks on rocks, and it was like
Yes.
drumming.
Well, and the funny thing for Linkin Park for me is that I saw them when they were just coming up. I saw them at Celebrity Theater.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I
they weren't
did
even
too.
they weren't even the main act. They were
Yeah.
like the second act.
Yeah.
But the local radio stations had hyped them up so much
well, because Chester's from here.
that by the time I got to the concert, I didn't even want to see them anymore.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
other bands that played there were actually more entertaining to me than they were.
Sure.
I saw them there, but then I saw them again when they did the hybrid tour with Cypress Hill and Edema.
Yes, I remember that. I enjoyed
That
Cypress Hill
show-
more.
yeah,
Oh,
I was
I
like,
don't know.
I do see
I
Cypress
don't know.
Hill.
Linkin Park they did good. And not to mention, I don't know many bands that can stop and then start on the note that they stopped on. Because that was right after those, like, a string of people died at concerts and
Yeah.
mosh pits. And they,
They were
like,
stopping
nobody's
everybody.
ever going to die at one of our concerts.
Yeah.
And if they see someone drop, they stop on a note and then they pick up on that note. And I'm like, that's impressive. Because they would start mid-note. And that's hard.
See, that's weird that I didn't even realize that was starting to happen again. Because I remember when pits really started going, people were getting trampled.
Yeah. Yep.
You had, like, especially the big four, Megadeth, Metallica,
No,
Slayer, and
no.
Anthrax.
Yeah.
They were all at shows going.
Yeah.
They made the effort to say, hey, if somebody falls, pick them up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Pick 'em up. There
yeah,
was
every
an etiquette
punk
was
show I
built.
Yeah.
went to
around
would
that.
say that.
Yeah.
And that was where Linkin Park got it. Because they would stop it like, that guy has to stand up and wave.
Yeah.
Or he has to get taken to the side, and then we'll start again.
Yep.
And they only stopped twice, so it wasn't like it took away from the show.
No.
Yeah.
And they like legit started like right where they left off, and I'm like, nobody can fucking do that. Like, you just started mid word.
Yeah.
Who starts mid word?
My ultimate
they're
favorite.
nice guys, but I still don't think they're that great. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
You know-
And that's okay. But I'm also old too.
Yeah.
So there's some shit that I like back in my day. I'm like, I'll hear it. I'm like, fuck yeah, I haven't heard this in forever. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I would never tell anybody else.
Yeah. This
hey,
is crap,
you know what?
I like it.
You should really listen to this shit. Like,
Yeah.
nobody gives a fuck about L7. Those bitches are not good. But
You
they're not
pretend that
bitches.
you're
They're
dead.
very nice.
That's it.
I pretend that I'm dead, and yeah,
Bring it heavy.
yeah.
It's funny that
I
you
don't want to
mentioned.
make their shit list.
Yeah, this is true. It's funny that you mentioned that about music and like shit that you don't want to like admit that you
Yeah.
listen to. Well, I
Oh.
just
I have a lot.
yeah. Well,
I'm not shy.
I got
You're a
into this
girl.
habit like a week ago, or not like a week ago, like a couple months ago. We're all spending an entire week just listening to somebody that I would never listen to.
Yeah,
And
in front
I'm-
of your friends anyway.
Huh?
In front of your friends anyway.
This is true.
Yeah.
And I've just I just couldn't believe it. Like the stuff that I'm listening to, I'm like,
That's not my name.
I need
That's
I
not
need
my name.
examples.
Oh.
Okay, I'm such a
A
huge.
little bit of Monica.
I used to hate newer hip hop like so much, like with a
Okay.
passion. Okay,
Okay.
good example, Drake.
Sure.
I would never listen to Drake ever.
Yeah.
Come on the radio.
It depends
get
on
it.
the song. I don't
Okay.
like Drake, but
Okay.
it depends on the song.
But I decided to force myself over the course of a week to listen to every single one of his songs.
Ooh, that would be rough. I mean, there's some good ones in there.
God, I
that
hate
are
myself, but
catchy,
not that much.
But I'm actually discovering that he's actually a very good rapper.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a very good singer, and I don't know if he writes his own stuff, but if he does, he's actually a pretty decent songwriter. And the reason why I hate local radio is because they don't do any of these guys any justice at all whatsoever.
They
No.
just play
No, they
their
don't.
the
Yeah.
stuff that is put out. You're
Another
right.
good example, Kendrick Lamar.
Okay,
He's my new favorite rapper.
he's
He is.
amazing.
He's
He
my new
is
favorite
yeah,
rapper.
he
He's
is
amazing.
absolutely
I mean,
incredible.
like, and this is coming from somebody who grew up when Dr. Dre and Snoop, and then
Yeah.
later Eminem, Cypress Hill, DMX, all that.
Well, you were growing up when they were solo already.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Easy was probably dead by then.
No.
Yeah.
I still
96,
remember that.
yeah.
I still remember that.
But like
Born in '83. Okay.
Kendrick
I know.
and Drake both lyrically really good. I can't identify with Kendrick very well as far as like his life experience
Yeah.
going through, but I can listen to it. Drake, and I've always hated Canadian music. I just have a thing from Rush. There's something about it that bothers me, and it has nothing to do with recent events. But I've always hated stuff like it.
But I like Degrassi, so that's why.
I like Degrassi
Well-
too.
And look,
Jimmy.
Drake was great
He's
on.
in a wheelchair.
That's
man.
right, Jimmy.
Actually, Drake being as good as he was on Saturday Night Live made me go back and listen to him. And lyrically, he's good, but there's
It's
a
the house
dreariness
Yeah.
to his
I don't,
music.
I don't like the house
Yeah.
music in the
You can
background.
get
I don't like.
a similar feel lyrically, but better, more rhythmic music from Kid Cudi. It's the same kind of like
yeah.
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 down tone, but with better music to it. So, and I like Kid Cudi a lot, but it's just so depressing listening
Yeah.
to Drake. The music just feeds that mood, and
It
it's
does.
just- yeah,
And it does.
It's like
It just-
listening to Elliott Smith, but rap.
But I'm definitely with you on Kendrick.
I'm
Great.
King Kendrick is just it. There's nobody else out
He's
there
the
that
best
just
of this
he
generation.
raps and then he'll change the way he does it mid song,
Right.
changes the beat. Like I would hate to have to engineer one of his songs.
Now-
like oh my god,
Yeah.
wait, we're doing what now? There's actually a guy that does a really good. It's like a YouTube video where he's himself as a producer and he pretends he's Kendrick Lamar. He's like, okay, yeah, and I just want to do this next beat, and all I want is Erica Badu burping, and then I'm and it's just, yo, I can't do that, man. I just can't do it. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can imagine what it would be like with him. I mean,
Well,
the guy's mind is
Yeah,
just on a different level
and,
than
and even
anybody
if
else.
you don't identify with it, you could marvel at the talent.
Yeah,
level there.
same. Yeah, exactly. Because you're right. I can't identify with
Yeah.
that, but I mean, it's all
What
of it.
really forced me to listen to him was I had only heard one or two of his songs on the radio.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I was like, he's good, but
good, but-
whatever. And somebody had an actual debate with me at one of my jobs about how he's right up there with Dre and Cube, and I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking bullshit.
Right.
I'm like, I was like, shut your fucking dirty mouth.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, listen. He's all,
Yeah.
just listen. He's all,
Just throw on Good Kid, Mad City.
he's all, just listen.
Man.
And so I did. I spent an entire week and a half, and it stretched out to almost 3 weeks
yeah,
listening to Kendrick Lamar, and I came back to him, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. He's
You're
fucking
right.
amazing.
yeah.
He's
Well, and if you go back to Dre, he's not the best lyricist, but
He's a great
His
producer.
beats are
created-
sick, man.
he created a specific, unique style.
Yeah.
As a producer.
I was trying to explain to some, both jobs I have, I work with young people, 19, 20.
Sure.
And I was trying to explain to them that, because they were making fun of me because I still like Jay-Z. And I still like old Kanye West and stuff like that. I know, but old Kanye West.
Yeah.
And they're
His-
like,
his
oh,
are-
well, I
his
don't
old
understand
stuff
it.
is good.
Okay, what? And I had to explain to them that is when Tupac and Biggie died, if it wasn't for those guys, hip-hop would have died. It would have died.
Yeah.
And people didn't like it because it was flashy and it was poppy and it was different.
I think it also matters your age too. Like when you,
Yeah.
like Mandy, for example.
Yeah.
She's prime age for Linkin Park.
I
Yeah.
am.
Prime
I'm
age,
for Linkin Park.
that is it.
I also like a lot of other really good music.
No, you do,
But
but I mean, there are certain things when you're a certain age and you're going through certain things in your life, things are just better.
Yeah.
I'm
You
the
can't
genera-
convince. You probably couldn't convince me or Kevin. Like anything from the early '90s isn't better than everything right
Yeah.
now. Like everything from then is great to us,
Yeah, this is true.
I mean,
and everything for you.
It's the premise.
Late '90s, early 2000s.
Well, I
is-
love early '90s. So
No,
it's
no,
hard.
no. But do you put
no,
do your stuff you grew up with about?
No,
on a
not
level with them?
always, because
No, 'cause
Queen and freaking.
Oh yeah, I mean, and
Yeah.
sure, we
Like,
like
there's a
stuff
lot
from
of
the
stuff
'60s and
that I put
'70s
above.
too. But I mean, but
But I am the generation of Backstreet Boys and Linkin Park. So
right,
Well, I mean, Backstreet Boys are to New Kids on the Block. I mean, that's
Yeah.
right.
but better. They
It's-
sold more albums. It's all good.
Yeah, well, I mean, but
But
it's-
you couldn't
it's the
convince
same-
somebody that's
the
40
same- No,
years
it's true.
old who was in junior high
When
Yeah.
when
when
New
New
Kids,
Kids
was out.
on the Block was
Yeah.
was everything.
When I was 9, New Kids was the shit. I mean, the
yeah, I
watches,
remember- I
the
remember
Trapper
Album sales or
Keepers.
not. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's on more Trapper Keepers? Just saying.
Definitely
Anne
New
Frank,
Kids.
not Anne Frank.
No.
Yeah, no, Ed Frank was not.
What's her name? I was
Yeah, I'm stealing that. That's going to be my newest school supply line. The Anne Frank French Resistance
This is it. That's the
school
name.
supply line.
Who's on more Trapper Keepers than Anne Frank?
Why can't
No,
I
the
always
title's
do
just
that?
Anne Frank's Trapper
What's
Keeper.
the-
That's all.
what's-
Because everybody's gonna go, what?
I know. I always say that. I can't remember what it's called.
I can't either. I don't want to now.
Nope. Well, I actually remember what it's called, but I'm not going to bring it up because
I'm just picturing
I
Anne
can
Frank
go to
on
Hot-
Trapper Keepers.
Probably was. You had to read that book in school.
Well, you had to
Well,
read it,
she
but-
was trapped and they had to keep her in the attic.
fucking Moyers. Thank you once again. Wow.
Man. Who was on more Trapper Keepers than New Kids on the Block? I don't know.
I can't wait for everybody else in the group message to go, what?
Thanks for that.
That's
Just put it there so I don't forget.
Oh man, that
I
is
love it.
glorious.
I love it. Well, I can't remember what they're called. You have to tell me because I can't remember.
it's Lisa Frank.
Lisa Frank. Thank you.
Why I knew that? Well, I know why I knew that, but
They have T-shirts at Hot Topic right now.
Oh man.
fuck Hot Topic.
Anne Frank or Lisa Frank?
Lisa Frank.
Probably Anne Frank too.
Yeah.
Probably. Probably.
I remember when Hot Topic was like 5 stores nationwide,
Yeah.
and all they sold were Rock Band shirts,
Yeah.
and that was it. Nothing else. Rock Band
You can
shirts.
still get some of those band shirts. They still have them.
Oh, they have a shitload of those still.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's all it was. It was literally just band shirts. I went in there one time and there was like a SpongeBob shirt, which nothing against SpongeBob. I have children, and it was just like all this other random shit. I'm just like looking around, like what the fuck happened? And it just turned it into everything else. Just
Yeah.
what's trendy? Here you go. Shove it down your throat.
Yeah.
I don't mind it because it still gives possibility to things that wouldn't have a mainstream level to be on.
That's fair.
without a Hot Topic. Like,
Yeah. I don't have to shop there, so it's cool.
That's the only place.
Yeah.
It's the only place I shopped
look
there in
like
high
I
school.
look like an asshole when I walk in, but I'm
Yeah.
like, I've got my fucking kid with me.
Yeah,
okay?
I'm walking in with a 9-year-old.
I'm just
when I go,
looking
so.
at shit because she's looking at other shit that doesn't work for me. I'm gonna go look at the Funkos.
Yeah,
I
if you collect
only wear
Funko
graphic-
Pops, they have exclusives. I mean, they're
Yeah.
all exclusives are everywhere. Target or
Yeah.
Hot Topic or whatever. You have to hunt for them.
I only wear graphic T-shirts, guys. I'm kind of limited
yeah.
to buy in person unless I want to buy it online.
I'm a solid color T-shirt guy. Go to K-Momo. 3 for 18.
Hey, man,
Boom.
that Hot Topic clearance rack, man. Buy one, get one, 50% off. Buy one, get one free, and they're only $10.
Have you ever been to Shirts and Things?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, because that might open your whole world up if you've never been to Shirts.
course
and...
I've been to
Okay, I was
Shirts
just
and
making sure.
I also own over like 300 movie posters.
Fair. Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because some
But
people
Hot
have.
Topic's cheaper if you do like clearance racks
It
and
is.
sales.
It is. But some people haven't discovered the Shirts and Things, and it can be life changing.
They're sad, sad people. sad people.
I don't know. Never been there. Don't know
Sad.
what it is.
See?
Really, you've never been to Shirts and Things?
You know how
It's
many
pretty cool.
T-shirts I own? I don't need to go anywhere
That's
with
true.
T-shirts.
Yeah.
You know,
Get them for free.
I know. Yeah, I don't
I never go there for shirts, but sometimes I need things.
need some things.
Yeah.
So,
Those things,
you gotta
man.
have some things.
do they have
The
any
things aren't badly priced.
Anne Frank Trapper Keepers?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you one.
Yeah, please do. In
I actually had
case I have to hide
an
my
Anne Frank
junior high
lunchbox
boner.
and thermos. I opened the thermos, it was full of ashes.
I want you all to know that since I read that book, That's the mistake I made. It's no longer Lisa Frank. I always just say Anne Frank.
Anne Frank for everything.
All right,
Because
well.
Lisa Frank's very happy, and Anne Frank's not.
All right, everybody, hide your boners with your Anne Frank Trapper Keeper. Have a good night.
There was a man with a gun in his hand as smoke just filled his nose, wearing a smile from the death of a child while blood splattered his clothes. One single tear from the man standing here is just what had to be done. Not just a game, but escape from the pain. He killed his only son. And I let go from here and tell his mother fair. Now all he has is his memories of his sickened child, always begging please, just do it now, take care of me, I'm all you have, now set me free. Now mommy dear, set down your drink, and don't you lay your hands on me. You've never been that good to me, thank God I had my daddy. And why didn't you want him? Then try to save him. New baby boy with ability to be anything that he wants to be, but by the age of his early teens, one small lump altered everything. What was this about master plans? As he lay his head onto his hands, it was said, what's done is done. Shattered family with 3 minus 1. So happy day. And love was on its way. It was a happy day. And love was on its way.
Subscribe and download back episodes of Maskerpiece Theater at abnormalentertainment.com/Maskerpiece Theater. Search Maskerpiece Theater on Facebook. Email maskedblogster at maskedblogster@gmail.com. And don't forget to hashtag tweet your tits at maskedblogster. And for more podcasts, books, comics, blogs, and videos, head to abnormalentertainment.com.
You've been listening to the Abnormal Entertainment Network.